Hey guys, how's it going? This is the real Randy Chavez coming at you with just 1 point of sales data today, but it is something I did want to talk about. Uh, I have really not talked about sealed product or the selling or sales of sealed product or intention to own it. I do want one. I of course want a first edition Gym Challenge box sealed. Now, obviously, you have the first edition base set sealed box, which is worth anywhere between $50,000 and $80,000. And the reason I say between those two is because if you have one and you're looking to sell it like right away, like oh this cold that's going around is really putting a damper on my finances and I need money quick, behind on my mortgage. You're not going to get the full 80,000 for it. 80,000 would be like an auction. People prep it for a couple weeks or a month or two. Allow people to get ready to buy it. The 50,000, like I'm pretty sure you could sell it to a number of people. I'm like 50,000 right now. Any store, like any big card store, they would probably pay 40 for it. They'd take about half. But what I'm talking about today is the sale of a first edition Gym Challenge box that sold for $5,655. This is a new record price point for the Gym Challenge. Broke that $5,000 barrier. Well, this is the new price point for a public sale. I'm not sure if there has been a private sale that has gone for a little more, maybe a little less. I would feel like private's usually a little bit less because cash, money in hand. Don't have to pay taxes. Don't have to pay eBay fees. Like eBay takes like, I think their max is like $700 that they take. I don't think that. I think they take 10%, so that would be like 565. But not having to pay the taxes and the fees is a really big win. So a lot of times, if you're in New York and someone's in New Jersey, you want to do a big deal, you'll pay the $20 in tolls and $20 in gas to go see that person, like I did with Trophy Kangaskhan, because you could work out a deal cash, or PayPal. I did that with that guy Alex, and I'm gonna do that again as soon as I get that wire next week. I will get that first edition PSA 9. Um, Typhlosion number 17, Neo Genesis. Anyway, what I want to it wasn't just like two people bidding 56, 55, and like 55. There was five people that were bidding above the $5,000 mark. And I think the last one sold for like 4,600. And I definitely think these are the types of items that has the potential for the most growth, because in the grand scheme of things, the pop report is always going to get bigger. Pop report is always going to see increases in graded cards. There's only so many boxes out there, and so many people being able to buy a box. Let's say they bought that for 4 grand, like a year ago, and they have a YouTube channel and they open the packs. Like they break the box open, they open packs, they sell the packs, they do whatever. People do that to make money on YouTube, and but because so many people are opening boxes, I feel like there's going to be a sharp decline in availability in those Gym Challenge boxes, and I even see it now. I used to be able to see, half a dozen on there available at once, and now there's one. There's one of them on there, and usually when people post things on there, they're like, all right, I'll put it for 20% more than what it's actually worth right now, the last sold date, and maybe someone will buy it, and sometimes they do. Fair enough. Um, you see an opportunity. Like, I don't think there is a ceiling for it. I think that's a potential for the most growth, because eventually those dwindle into next to nothing. I mean, not the prices, I mean the availability of them. Because that's something where it's cheap enough where you could buy it and make money on YouTube and sell the packs, whatever. The first edition base, that box, the base set, you're not going to buy that just to open it on YouTube. Like, unless you have like a million subscribers and you can afford to do that, and just it's going to be a big thing for your. But doing that on YouTube for someone with only like $4,000 or $5,000, okay, yeah, that's fine. Then you can sell the packs off it. There's this one guy that he'll break the box down on YouTube, but he'll sell the packs beforehand. Like, okay, and he'll say like, this pack that I'm about to open is going to Joe R out in New York. This is yours. And then so the packs are already sold before he even opens it. So that's something that people could do for any box really. But those things, I'm not sure when, but they'll be worth 10 grand. They'll be worth 10 grand in basically any box that has a potential to have a Charizard in it. You're going to have exponential growth. I mean, the jungle and the fossil boxes. Let's say they're 3,500. Those came out in conjunction with base set, like right after it, and you have something that's 3 sets after Rocket, after Gym Heroes. I think after base set 2, so 4 sets after, and it's worth more. The Rocket is worth more. There's a lot of Rocket boxes out there. There was just a lot more product with that, and again that's worth more because even though it has more out there, because it has that potentially have a Charizard in it. That Dark Charizard, that PSA 10 sells for over $1,000. And speaking of which, the 2 first edition PSA 10 Blaine's Charizards that are up for auction right now, they'll be done in like 2 days. The first one, the more impeccable 10, I think, is $1,350. That's the bid. That's current bid right now. And then the other one, it's a weird one. It's like $1,850. That's the one that I think is not as strong a 10. It was $1,850 because this one person has good feedback and he was bidding, but this other person, he has like negative feedback. He has like that this one person that he has a negative feedback, and it's just not good. So I don't think that's a real bid. And I think what's happening is that the people that are seeing it on the first Charizard, the one that's a stronger 10, they're saying, "Oh, this one's already up to 1,800." So they're bidding on that. But either way, I said in my last videos it'd be between 1,400 and 1,500. I think my prediction was wrong. I think it's going to go up to 1,600 for that strong 10. It's just something that people now are. They're not. People aren't scared, at least not near me, even in New York, about the cold. They're just reevaluating what is important and what they like, and I think this is making people go, this is something I always wanted to do. I have time to do it, and some people just go into collecting, and some people that are already in collecting be like, you know what, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna get this card because this card I'll probably never get at this same price point again. This is a card that back in December was $770, and it's now going to go for double that. I know because I bought that first edition PSA 10 Charizard for $770 in December, and now it's double that. So there's people like that. They see opportunity. They have time to study the market, like I do. Pokemon market or stock market as well, and they see that the prices just keep going. Again, there could be a fall off in a couple months where prices go down. Maybe a lot of people they stay unemployed after this whole thing, and maybe they just don't have the money for it. Maybe some people are selling their collection to get out of it. Again, peaks and valleys, but you're going to have eventually it's going to keep going up. The rising tide, with the economy, that raises all ships, collectibles included. So you're going to see new price points every month, even during a recession. That's what you're just going to see. So that's something where once work kind of picks back up a little bit, I'll be able to hopefully buy one. Hopefully I can buy one for under $6,000. I should have bought it 2,400. Should have bought it $3,000. Should have bought it $4,000. Eventually, I think these are something that it might price people out because you're working. Let's say you're working 40 hours a week and you just want extra money, and you're working an extra 20 hours a week. You get a part-time job somewhere else, and you're booking it. You're hustling. It's a lot easier pill to swallow to be able to say, like, I'll do this for a little while, save up a couple grand, and I'll get that box. Nice piece of collection, solid investment. Something that's, again, I don't have a crystal ball, but something that's most likely going to grow. That's a lot easier pill to swallow than saying, all right, I'm going to work like this for a long time, taking time away from my family so I can get this box for 10 grand. But, which again, I think that's where the price will go. Obviously, it's going to have to pass the 6 grand, 7,500 and all that before then. So you probably have a couple years before it reaches that. But again, do it while you can. Do it while you're young. That's my advice. That's what I'm doing. I'm working again, first business, second business, to be able to continue to collect these cards. Either way, that is my thoughts and that is my opinions. You have a good one. Please like and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. That will help me buy pizza. All right, bye guys.